Great opportunity since we're at Taft High School to preview boys volleyball in the city section. And one of the wonderful aspects of this school is they've had a great girls and boys volleyball team, and the head coach has been Arman Mercado. He's been here a couple years, a few more than a couple. And he has a great libero this year, and Gerson, Lima, they're both with us right now. And Arman, first of all, you're back again. Championship team last year in D2 over Eagle Rock. Now you're stepping up to D1. How big a step is that?
It's not a big step. We're used to it. You know, we've been in D1 for a while. Last year, enrollment dropped, so we did do D2. But we always played D1 league, which is, you know, the Granadas and the El Camino. Sure. Our schedule allow us also to play D1 teams, so we're used to it.
Gerson, obviously you're the libero. You're the guy in the back row chasing down the ball. What's the biggest challenge in being a very good libero?
I think it's knowing like where your blockers are and knowing how effective your blockers really are. If you don't know that, you really won't be able to dig much. I think that's what it comes down to.
I'm always interested in libero because you're the only one wearing the different shirt than everybody else. Now, that's a good and bad thing. The bad thing is everybody can know who you are. The good thing is, I guess, if you do well, everybody will know who you are. But explain the feeling of having this coming out on the court with a different shirt.
It feels great. Like, everybody, like, knows who you are, obviously. Like, you stand out. Your number is always going to be out there no matter what, especially if you stand out as a good libero, as I guess I have. So, yeah.
Right. So what do you look for in a libero? Because they are kind of it's kind of a unique position.
Serve receive. You got to serve receive, especially in boys volleyball. If you can't pass, you're not even going to be close to making it on the team. And if you can pass a little bit, you'll be competitive. And if you're a high-quality libero, which he is, you'll be a championship team. So, and he has those qualities. He obviously led us last year in passing. And this year, he's one of our team captains, and we're expecting more from him.
You're expecting more from him, but what makes Gerson Lima, in your mind, the best libero in the city?
The volleyball knowledge. He constantly talked to me, which something, you know, you have to have a quality of a great player, and yet you're still hungry to learn more. And he's here nutrition and lunch. He talks to me while he's heating up his food in the microwave, and we just talk a lot of volleyball. He asks about, you know, some of the histories here at Taft. We have some great history here. And he wants to be a part of that history, and I think he's on his way. He's third year, and you know he's one of our team captains, and we're expecting him to lead us to another championship.
Well, two questions. What was for lunch today?
Today I had rice with chicken and some veggies.
Okay, so that was the thing. Second question is, this school has Harry Wynn, the reigning city player of the year. He's back. You know him well. He's a little crazy. He's already broken the hand of one of your teammates because he hit the ball so hard. I mean, what's your thoughts on Harry Wynn?
He's definitely our go-to guy. He's the guy we need. We set to side out. He's the guy we go to when it's crunch time. He's definitely a leader. He's also like even outside the court, you always hear him. He's always the loudest guy on the gym. Yeah, when we're playing or not playing.
You called him superhuman.
Yeah, he's superhuman. Like, he jumps like so high. He's so big. He's massive, and he brings out great energy.
And what are you going to do when Harry graduates?
Play a different kind of volleyball. Right now we're a lot of power, which I used to be in a finesse, but now we can add a little finesse and a lot of Harry's power. And we're expected to win it this year. I mean, I can't, you know, hide it. He's the reigning player of the year. I have another one right here who was almost a co-player of the year last year. And with these two, I feel like you know, we're one of the favorites.
And Randy, get into who some of the other
well,
teams
obviously,
are.
every year when you talk about volleyball in the city section, you start with Palisades, and El Camino Royale's very strong, and Granada Hills under Tom Harp. And I know you've had great battles with Tom.
Yes, you can never count Granada Hills out. Their system is it's like a machine. You know, They just keep putting players in, and players in. And there might not be a clear-cut number one this year just because Palisades has some freshmen that are starting, but they have a very, very big middle. I think it's the best middle in the city. I think his name is Vegas. Let me get it right.
Oh, Vegas is good.
Vegas is good. And his last name's Lewin, Vegas Lewin. And let's not forget El Camino this year. They're returning a couple of big middles, 6'5" and 6'6", and they had an outside hitter who didn't play last year, who was in school, and now he's playing. And he's a big-time outside hitter, and I think Harry's going to have his handful against this guy.
Speaking of outside hitters, I hear Gerson Lima, this libero, is playing a little bit on the outside. What's that experience like to hit the ball and kill it like that?
I mean, it's way different than playing libero. Like, I get tired just playing 3 rotations front row. And then, like, my break is now playing back row 3 rotations. So it's a task to step up to, but it's definitely fun, and I try my best. It's for the team.
How does that help you as a libero, knowing what the hitter goes through?
It definitely gives you an insight. I would put a lot of pressure on Harry for, like, not getting a kill in these situations. And now, like, I could understand, like, why he didn't or why he couldn't. So I guess I understand, like, more of, like, why he does the things he does.
Arman, what are some of the trends or changes to look forward to this season in high school volleyball? Because the same teams seem to be doing well on the southern section. You have Huntington Beach is going to set a national record this week with a record 123, I think, victories, and you have Loyola doing well again and Miracosta. I guess, what are some of the trends, and why are the same schools every year doing so well?
I think the biggest reason is the coaches to begin with. The coach has been there a long time. They obviously know what they're talking about. With talent, they also dominate certain levels. A lot of coaches can coach with talent, but these coaches dominate. So kids come through a program, and they do a good job. I've seen those programs excel throughout my years here at Taft as well, and they just play good old-fashioned volleyball. And then I think they have that old-school mentality with the new school rules and everything, and they just keep it going. I'm rooting for Huntington Beach to break that record, because the record is from the East Coast, and want to bring it down there to the West Coast.
And every year you have a secret player that you
usually basketball players.
Somebody that
I do have one this year.
Yeah, so let's spill
your
the
secret
beans.
player?
All right, we'll announce it today. It's Travis Patrick. He played at Chatsworth 2 years ago as a starter.
He's only 6'7".
He's only 6'7". He's been working out with us in the off season in terms of hanging out during nutrition and lunch, hitting some balls here and there.
When he's finished with basketball season.
Yeah, he hasn't been on the court for 3 months now because of basketball, but we're excited to get him back, and maybe in 2 weeks we'll get him back after the state championships.
Well, it's a long season in volleyball. Certainly Taft is one of the favorites to win the championship. Gerson Lima, best of luck in your junior year. Arman, you win titles. You won 4 with the girls. You've won a couple with the guys. You're doing really well here.
Thank you. Can't do it without all the help that we get here at Taft.
Good guy, great coach. Arman Mercado, Gerson Lima. That's our volleyball preview. We'll step out and have a lot more right after this on So